Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pilo, I am your host, and if you're here for the first time, welcome. And if you're wondering what this channel is about, well, this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs Football Club. So do make sure to leave your comments down on the comment section. To the returning subscribers, shout out to you, and today's special shout out goes to Arnold Ndindwa. Guys, the video for the past hour I've been trying to make it, and kwaba nenkinga with audio, kwaba nenkinga with this, so I'm just gonna record it like this and just talk to you on the screen without any fancy whatever. Today we're talking about defenders. I still can't help it. We're talking about Matoho, we're talking about Dube, we're talking about Ungobo, Ukwinika, and last but not least, Kezan. So guys, today, as you know, 2 weeks back we started a series of goalkeeper of who's gonna start in Zwane's squad next season, and I've done one for keeper, done one for right backs, left backs, and today we're doing center backs. We'll be looking at a couple of things about the players themselves. So we'll be looking at their positioning, their communication, how they play the ball, their speed, acceleration, their strength, and how are they technically, are they good in playing the ball, like, and creating goal scoring opportunities. I know they are defenders, but this is modern football, so things have changed, and we'll look at their aerial ability as well. So very naturally I will start with Umatoho Uguti. What is he gonna give us? Agahambanga, why did he stay? I don't know why he stayed, but I can only speculate ukuthi if the rumors ukuthi wayizobakwiswap deal nomsimango went true, then maybe he's staying, one, because he still has a contract, and secondly because maybe irole yakhe could be in that, let's say sesiyadliwa because he's siyawina njalo. Among the defenders that we have right now, all of them are good enough in height, but Umatoho is taller than all of them, Velek. And when it comes to aerial balls, or on the other side when we're attacking, kungama cross or kungama corner, Umatoho, even with Dab, he's the one who scored. So aerially Umatoho is very good, and we've seen him, he was good for us in the previous seasons. It's just that in the previous 2 seasons, that's when he has dropped off, and that's when we've seen Guti Umatoho has become a bit of a liability to the team rather than an asset. So because of that, and the fact that leadership to mentor the boys abafika and whatnot, that's the only thing that Matoho provides you, because when it comes to playing the ball and maybe passing a ball and seeing passes that are going, that, what do they call it, defender splitting passes, you don't see that with Umatoho. All you see is just backwards and sideways passing. You don't see him progressing the ball forward. And if you get Matoho isolated with a strike, the striker is gone. Matoho is not going to catch up with that person. He will not, because he's not that quick. So the only thing that is better suited at is his aerial ability. Otherwise, Matoho is not going to help with anything. And then we come to Udube, and Ega Dube, there is one thing that an advantage in Udube over the other guys. In the previous video I was even showing the tactical board, but because technology looking through so yek I will make it tactical board. So the advantage that he has Udube over the other defenders is the fact that he's the natural left footer. So what do I mean? So if you're getting the ball from this side on your right and you are left footed, all you have to do is to just push it more right, more left, and then you can play a diagonal, you can play a pass here, you can play a reverse pass here. And if you are right footed, you have to turn in case you want to play like a diagonal pass, unless you have a really good left foot. But it's that long name uambi likhulu liyagama nil comment ngalo leliyagama uambi dog. Yes, anglazi leliyagama, it's a long word. Hey, nakuhlwes ngis. Anyway, unless you uyikhabe ngesiZulu sithi uyikhabe mawukwazi ukusebenzisa inyawo zombili, but Chiefs we don't have those defenders. They can use their left foot, but they are not natural left footed. So Udube, that's the thing that it provides you. And with regards to positioning yakhe, I've seen him many times esave uKadoso noMatoho now. Whether that was because ube shine, because ube dlala with bad defenders or defenders who have dropped off in form, or it's because Valley positioning yakhe was always perfect. I would like to believe that positioning yakhe was always perfect. If you disagree, let me know down in the comment section. But positioning wise, I've seen him he's good enough as a defender and he knows where to be and he's good enough. And with regards to communication, I think that's the place that I would still want to see him improving, because if you're a defender kumele ubuthetha ubucommunicate nabantu abaphambi kwakho, kumele babize bezomanga communicate nabantu that you are with. Makukhona abantu, for example, oMatoho were always playing players on side, and then kwakumele ngabe babiza bonke ukuthi ayibo asambeni guys, you know, all that stuff. So it's something that is very important, not just for defenders but for everyone around you, to be able to communicate with your teammates. And it's something that I think he still needs to work on massively. When it comes to, can he play the ball? Definitely. Can he progress a ball from the back, we build up phase? Definitely. We've seen him do it many times under the colors of the Kaizer Chiefs, and that's not something that we can continue to talk about, because Nyazuguti is good with playing. Now, the acceleration, it's not something that has been tested that much, because for the most part, each Chiefs has just the ball, and you know, so Maguna counter, the time where we were beating a counter, he wasn't playing. It was that game against Stellenbosch. But for the times that he has played, I haven't seen him being really tested ukuthi asambeke manje sigijimeke manje yabo, bekuba yilokho ukuthi ubumbona mase kuseboxing because userecavile or whatever, but makuthiwa one on one asambe, I haven't seen that. Strength wise, it does look like umuntu who still needs to uthatha ukuthi nje insimbi kancane, because i-defender elingabhulishwa mase sidlala kwi-Super League guys, ngeke those guys from Uganda nje Cameroon igora liza ngeke udlale ngoDube ufuna makisi isigora lesiya, but kuyomele naye athi ukueda kancane. But ke advantage yakhe yokuthi umzimba ulighter is to compete and maybe track back. But when it comes to mawu defend, mele ube mkhulu nawe, indoda ithi mayiphethe ibhola uyithi inyakazi nje ingami ndawonye yabo. But I think it's something that he can compensate with the other things that he has in his arsenal. But a boxing, if a striker is stronger than you, then uzoba senkingeni. So that's why ngithi maybe kusamele athi ukubamba insimbi at upper body strength a bit, athi ukuyilungisa. And then his aerial ability ekhanda nakhona, we haven't been bombarded much ngama cross my corner, but he has done his fair share kancane ukubona ukuthi okay, he can hit the ball, he can compete emoyeni. So he is in a way a defender that can start a match. Mainly the main thing about Dube, the two things that I like about him is the fact that he's left-footed, and you need a balance to play the left footer and the right footer in your defensive areas. And the second thing is the fact that he can progress the ball, and akatatazeli uyakwazi ukuthi adlale ibhola and get the ball in right areas or to the right people. The man himself, Unjabulo owakangcobo isibongo sakhe. uNgcobo simbonile kakhulu in not last season but this season 21-22, is it? No, 2020-2021, yeah. Kwiswallows ukuthi ubedlala and was a good defender until kwi-Chiefs bamhlalise ebhentsini kwaba inkinga ke lokho, because uthe noma esebuya ubukubona ukuthi ngathi he's getting caught a bit out of position, and it's something that obviously will be trained back to him ngokuthi athole more game time. Siqaleke ngepositioning yakhe. How is he positional wise? He does pick up right position right, and when he has played, he has actually been played ngakwa left kwi back 4 noma kwi back 4 noma kwi back 3, udlaliswa yena ngakwa left of the side. So positioning wise, I cannot complain about anything. I've seen him doing pretty well, and when it comes to knowing where the striker is and communicating with the teammates, okay, cover for me, stuff like that. So communication yake and positioning yake, I have seen it work well. When it comes to is he a bowler, he can play the ball. Ungcobo, I think he's the calmest defender we have. When you have the ball, kukhona ukuthi vele there are mistakes that will end up happening if you are too comfortable, but he is comfortable ngale ndlela le yokuthi akatatazeli when he's on the ball. He always knows ukuthi okay, ibhola likimi angicinga umuntu engizompassela. Akusikho nje ukuthi ibhola laba kuye it's all of a sudden panic stations, useyasaba usefuna ukukhahlela ibhola. No, it's indlela yokuthi uyakwazi ukudlala ibhola and uyakwazi ukuba calm under pressure as well. When it comes to acceleration, is he quick enough? Of course he is. The thing is, he's not been playing much under Baxter, and because of that, I saw him ngati he's lost something, like in terms of ngati off his paces just a bit, but he is still pretty much a good defender and nanga strength. He's a big man. He's a big man Ungcobo, and there's nothing much value that needs explaining. We are massive Swallows. I always refer to Swallows. Yeah, like Swallows in his last season because that's where he got game time and that's where we got to see how good he is. Ukuthi uzofita ke kwisikulo khunja kaZwane iclue isekutheni uZwane said he needs players to play arrogantly. Ufuna abadlali babe arrogant on the ball, and Ungcobo is definitely arrogant on the ball. He gets the ball and he believes ukuthi if you come at me ngizokujika ngizophasa ibhola, I can pick a teammate. So sorry for that. Kunaleyo nto leyo ukuthi Ungcobo is confident on the ball and he can definitely create chances from the back, because if you look at those diagonals awadlalayo and masiya we understanding yakhe noSehot mangathiwa he's whipping ama diagonals, ethe udlala ngakwa right udlala eSehot ama diagonals, manje ngapha kwa left quick diagonal to goal, it's good enough. Makukuthi we are being pressed, his ability to dribble will help you, because what dribble umdlalo yedwa basically usuqalile wabitha an entire pressing line, and all of a sudden sewenza ukuthi ube ne numerical advantage against the team that you are attacking. So Ungcobo is definitely a good player who's also technically he's very good in picking those passes. And last but not least, aerial balls. If you are physical enough, you can win almost any aerial ball, because if mawugquma ukwazi ukuthi intimidate the person omakayo ukuthi omhluphi, kwesinye isikhathi awudingi nanokuthi uzube mude kunabo bonke abantu emhlabeni. Like take a defender like compare uVan Dijk no Ramos. Like uVan Dijk uzowawina ama-aerial ball because vele mkhulu and he's tall and he can hit the ball, but Ramos is not as tall as uVan Dijk, yet Ramos scores amagoli ngekhanda, especially in his time Madrid esekuyi-prime yakhe. It's not as tall as Van Dijk, but he still gets the job done because uyakwazi ukuthi agqume. It's not just a matter of how tall am I, but it's also a fact of can I compete in the air. And Ungcobo vele ne-height yakhe is also good, but the fact that he's also just a physical player who makes defenders feel him, kunzima nanokuthi uzogquma eduze wakhe because uzophakama naye, but uzobuphakama kokugcina in that match, because manifika phezulu ushaya nge-shoulder to shoulder usakazeka phansi, the next thing you know uyaphuma nge-stretcher. So ngisho ukuthi uyabalimaza. I'm just saying ukuthi because he's physical, it's intimidating for people around him to be free to just jump around yabo. So because of that, he also nullifies the threat of the people who are attacking us because of the fact that he's a tall player as well. We are going to move on to Quinika, the new one, umfana omusha. So I think Quinika ngobe buya kwi-Chiefs nje indaba yakhe, I think abengeka sayine yikho ngimbeka second last, because I don't think he would have signed kwi-Chiefs engathenjiswa ngokuthi uzoqala. He's 28, which means kwi-prime yakhe and uzoyiphuma kuyo in like 2 years. Usually ama-prime abadlali baqala ku-26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 4 years lapho it's the best years of their lives. So he's in his prime, and I don't think uze kwi-Chiefs without any assurances yokuthi he will definitely start the matches. And even before he went to Stellan, like ahambe kwi-Chiefs, vele when it comes to defending and his ability to intercept the balls, ube good lap, and that comes from the fact that he's able to position himself and read the game in a way that will give him an advantage over the attacking player. So because of that, positioning wise, he's very good. And when it comes to play the ball, I wouldn't say he is as good as Ungobo, because I think Ungobo by far is the better defender, player on defender. He's by far the better player who was ukudlala ball lapha kuma defender to, like, uyakwazi ukudlala ball, uyakwazi ukujikana, uyakwazi ukwenza yonke into. But uKwinika naye, I would put him ukuthi he's good enough to pick passes and to be able to play the ball. So I don't think kungaba into engayikhalela that much if kuthiwa ubencha uNgcobo, because uNgcobo ngiyamthanda as a player as well, but uKwinika naye has proven ukuthi he can take that place, and mangathiwa baya rotate futhi I wouldn't complain. But kuzoba nzima for uZwane, angazi noma uzogcina idlala iback 3, which I don't think he would, because as a defender he's good uKwinika, as a ball player he's also good. And with Stellenbosch, was a major part of what they were doing there, and communication and organizing the defense as well. Was always just that player that was always standing out. Even the picture that I used was actually a man of the match. So this is where it's gonna get tricky for uZwane, but again, you need good players. So even if Ungobo is benched in favor of uKwinika, I won't complain that much, because I know there's still quality around him and he is quality. But what do you think about Kwinika? Do you think he was given assurances that he will definitely start all the other matches? And if so, do you think that would be the right thing to do? Because again, his defensive game is very good. It's just that offensively I favor Ungobo over Yena, but uZwane will decide. But this is the player that I think most of you probably will agree with me when I say he's gonna start. Ungezana, angikwazi na ukuthi ngizama ukuconvince, but Ungezana is like the complete defender that I've seen with less mistakes or list of mistakes. Uyakwazi ukuprogress ibhola forward, uyacommunicate, uyathetha, ukhombisa abadlali, ukukhuluma nabantu, and bring everything together. That's why I mean, personally, I want him to be the captain of the club, because I feel like he is really, really, really good. So I am looking forward to seeing ukuthi will Ungezana really play, because out of all the players that we have, like Emuva as our defenders, I think he's the only one that I can say he's going to start. I can say that I am sure about Ungezana in my team. In my team, if I was the coach, he would definitely be starting any other game that we would be playing. So good. One thing that I think needs to improve again Ungezana is his ability to play long balls. Because what I have seen is that with the ball and progressing the ball, Yena himself is good, but picking those passes in my transition, swing baller and then someone pick us behind or to pre, because that's gonna be a part of our game. Because see now to pre, and if kuna space behind the defenders that will be playing against, then use the space. If kuna out wide, use that space. Udol is still a quick player. Use that space if there's space. So I think that's the only area that I still want to see Ungezana improve on. And now that we've also hired a sports scientist, I hope nama injuries Ungezana ngempela would be a thing of the past, because I think he's very, very vital to what Arthur is building. And out of all the defenders that I've counted, he's the one Vele Ungezana who's younger than all of them. He's 24. And this right here is the future of Kaizer Chiefs. I am convinced of that. I think he should be the captain from now. But looks like most of you want Udoli to be the captain, but I want Gezana to be the captain. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this down on the comment section below. And tomorrow I'll be coming back with our center backs, with our central defensive midfielders, Most of you haven't watched this video when he posts this order, so please go watch that video. We're aiming for the ball. I seen 50 likes. Let's go and make over 50 likes, Nyana, and it encourages me to keep on making more content for you guys. I appreciate you for watching. Shout out to you, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelo Moy.